Welcome back to my best week ever series, and the last in this series, as I recount the tale of Sunday, March 26th. This was the day that I returned to the Fan Expo in Cleveland with my sister and her friend Ace. Upon arriving, or really the first thing I did at the convention was go meet Christopher Lloyd. And I first told him that I really loved his role in Who Framed Roger Rabbit, because that really was the first role I've seen of Christopher Lloyd. And they really advertised Christopher Lloyd as being just Doc Brown. I thought it really lightened things up for him if I mentioned this other role that he's done, because I know how that feels for actors, or at least for some actors out there who are they're only known for one thing when they've done so many other things and put heart and effort into so many other roles. I know how that feels because my only popularity on YouTube comes from my Rockafire content, while I do all this other stuff. I do all this other original stuff, but most people only are subscribed to me because I make Rockafire stuff. So I know how that feels. I think that I would definitely apply to how certain actors feel. Of course, I don't know if that's actually how Christopher Lloyd felt, but when I told him that I really liked his role in Who Framed Roger Rabbit, he responded very surprised. He said, "Oh, really?" And I told him I loved his Uncle Fester in the one Addams Family movie as well. And he thought it was awesome. I only talked to him mostly about his other roles. And I only mentioned Back to the Future once, because of course I love those films. I really love Back to the Future. But I felt like it would really lighten him up if I mentioned his other roles that I loved, and it did. So that was really cool. I told him how he helped shape my childhood and thanked him for it. And it was cool. I met Christopher Lloyd, I shook his hand, and that was just really awesome. After that, I went to talk to Kate Flannery. She played Meredith on The Office. She complimented my continue watching The Office shirt. I have this shirt that's modeled after the Netflix Are You Still Watching thing, and it says Are You Still Watching The Office, and it has the button that says continue on it. So she really liked that shirt. I also asked her if she did the role of Barb from Steven Universe, because I remembered Barb's voice being very familiar, and she confirmed she did the voice of Barb from Steven Universe. She also did Carol on OKKO, which is really cool. So that was awesome. I also got to talk to Kate Flannery about other roles she's done, and she was more than happy to talk about them. After Kate, I went back to Killing Goff, and I confirmed that he was a Rockafire fan. I showed him a picture of Rolf the Wolf, and he did. He thought it was cool. He really likes the Rockafire. So I confirmed on my own that Killing Goff is a Rockafire Explosion fan. So then after Killing Goff, I went to say hi to Oscar as Dea asked him for his favorite color. My sister Dea was actually going around to different celebrities and voice actors, simply asking them what their favorite color was, along with some serious questions, but she was really just looking for favorite colors, and that was hilarious. So she asked Oscar from The Office what his favorite color was. After Oscar, I sat down with Dea and Ace, and I met a really cool TF2 Scout cosplayer with a lightsaber. That was really awesome. I saw him earlier talking to some anime girls, which is great. And yeah, this guy was insane. I got some pretty good pictures of him. Then after that, we went to the Tara Strong panel. The last video in the series was already made on this, so you can go check that out. It's episode 5 in the Best Week Ever series. So after the Tara Strong panel, I met some artists and animators like Jeff Brennan, who worked on Courage the Cowardly Dog, and he gave me a sketch of Courage. I met Bill Anderson and saw his work. I met Mark Swan, who worked on The Land Before Time, Space Jam, and Dragon's Lair. I showed him one of my animations, and he thought it was cool, so that was pretty neat. I also met Guy Gilchrist, who was Jim Henson's cartoonist. So that was pretty wild. So I officially met a guy who knew Jim Henson. And then I bought some fake pop culture IDs and I went home. And that was it. That was it. that really was the where my week ended. And it was that night that I reflected on everything that I just went through, and I determined that that was the best week I've ever had in my life. I spent days afterwards just recounting it all, and I still can't believe that I shook the hand of Christopher Lloyd. I still can't believe I finally talked to Peter Cullen. I still can't believe I met all these cool people, and now when I go back and watch the media that they're in, I can say that I've met them. I've talked to them. They have acknowledged my existence. I really have no other closing words. That was the best week ever. If you guys watched the whole Best Week Ever series, I want to thank you for coming along with me on this wild ride. I just really had to tell this in some form and just put it out there because it was just awesome. This is a story I want to remember forever. So now it's here. I can look back and enjoy it. Other people can enjoy it, and that's it. That's it. I'm gonna wrap up the video there. Thank you for watching my best week ever.